Ariel here to shake the matrix, expand our minds, and make us all think. How are you guys doing this beautiful grand morning? Hopefully, you guys are doing great, and hopefully, you guys are just, you know, joining in. Welcome, everybody. Give me 1 second, though. I need to turn my heater off. It's hot. It's really hot around here, so we're going to turn the heater off. That's why you're not seeing me right now. But grand risings and sorry that I missed yesterday, you guys. I had a whole bunch of stuff to deal with. We had to go deal with vet appointments, and then this physical human avatar was just struggling a little bit. So I had to do the things that are important, which was rest. But other than that, you know what? We're doing really well. I can't complain too much. We're hopefully going to have the rig on the road soon, so that's going to be amazing. But let's begin with let's talk about some science and let's talk about some stuff today. And today I want to talk to you guys about the observer meets the unseen. You know, and how we got more to us than we can even imagine. I mean, let's begin with the science because truth is holistic. It unties mind and spirit, not divides them. You know, at the heart of quantum physics lies the profound discovery that reality is not fixed, it's fluid, potential waiting to be shaped by consciousness. Take the famous double slit experiment when scientists fire electrons through two slits towards screens. If unobserved, they behave like waves, patterns of possibility overlapping beautifully. But when we observe them, when consciousness watches, they collapse into this distinct particle as if choosing one solid reality over infinite potential. Why? Because observation, it changes everything. Morning, welcome. Awareness isn't neutral, it interacts with fabrics of existence. You know, physicists like John Wheeler called it the participatory like universe. It's like we participate in the universe, meaning that reality itself requires our participation. Without our participation, reality doesn't exist. We're not spectators in this pre-written play. We're directors, the editors, and even the authors of experience in a world that's made you to believe that you are small and made to believe that those that carry an account are strong. The other thing is, if you apply this to life, every thought you observe without judgment recognizes the energy of your being. Every emotion you watch instead of react to begins to dissolve it holds. Reality doesn't happen to you. It's happening because of you. You as consciousness stands outside the linear time. The past and future are only stories arising within awareness. You see, the observer stands still while energy flows through. And in this quantum understanding, perception is creation. So, what are we perceiving? Focus on fear and it expands. Focus on love and it reorganizes. I watch it every day. It reorganizes reality into coherence. And for those who've always felt different, overly sensitive, empathetic, this is your gift. You were born attuned to the unseen. You pause where others rush. You listen when others speak. In the agnostic language, this is remembering the pleroma, the divine fullness beyond the false matrix of these archeons, this crazy system, the rulers of this illusion. You see, you came here to observe, not to consume. But yet this world has us consuming, 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 consuming. Philosophy of the observer standing in the center of existence. It's like being the eye of the storm. You know, philosophy has always long sought to understand this still point at the center of all movement. The Taoism, the Lao, the Tuzu wrote this, that the Tao is like a well, used but never used up. It is like the eternal void filled with the infinite possibilities. The observer is the embodiment of the Tao, the one who watches without interference, remaining in perfect harmony, without the flow of existence. You see, in the West, Emin Hazur phenomenology invited seekers to basically bracket assumptions, to strip away layers of meaning and see the essence of things as they truly are. I call them stop moments. Oh my God, I see it all over the place. People sit within their minds. I can hear people. I know what's going on. So people will sit there within their minds and they will create these assumptions, these things that aren't even real or exist. And they make them that they truly are. And they'll base everything of the way they're going to react, even to those people that they've made those assumptions about, on that lie. See, we don't see things truly as they are. Not even in this world. This whole world's been lying to us all the time, and yet we want to try and hold it together, or we're too afraid to let go of it. We're like the prisoners in the cave, seeing their shadows on the wall, terrified to leave, thinking they're all real. When you become the observer, you are no longer caught in sequences of past and future or chaos of any. You become the eternal through which all arises. Agnostics deepen this understanding. You see, souls are sparks of the true God, Yahweh, Yah. Inhale, exhale, exiled into a world. These guys, exiled into a world of limitation and light. We're it. The observer within you is that spark. Awakening gnosis, piercing the illusion. You are what you've been seeking for all this time. In the Gospel of Thomas, the kingdom is inside you and it is outside you. And when you come to know yourself, then you will be known. It's true. Because you don't have to say words when you're there. You shake. You know, try being me. I'm a reflector by genetic design. You know what that is? That means I'm a mirror. So what people see in me, it's actually them. You got to be a really strong person and know yourself very well to walk in that gift. Because otherwise it's a curse. And you get to you could feel rejected, alone, all those kinds of things because you don't understand the truth of what you are. But once you do, you laugh. And you look at all the people and you do not care how they act because you know the truth. And they're the ones in the end that will harm themselves. And you will just keep smiling because you know the truth. This is where psychology joins philosophy. In mindfulness, psychology, the observer self, is what frees us from identification with thoughts Neuroscience shows that observer a thought activates different neural pathways than reaching to it, than reacting to it, not reaching to it, sorry, than reacting to it. Literally, the observer, their cells and everything. Without judgment is to transcend the ego reactive loop. You become free. You're not entrapped by their stuff. You're free. So it's important to become the eye of the storm. You know what that is? See, in a hurricane, the winds destroy everything around, but the eye of the storm remains completely still. And that stillness holds the power of the entire system. Ecosystems mirror this. The predator, the prey, the growth, the decay all move in harmony because something at the center observer observes, balances, and recalibrates. And when humanity loses its center, basically, what we chase, consumes, react. We disconnect from the natural intelligence. But when we pause, even for 1 hour, we reconnect to that still core of creation. And indigenous traditions have long known this truth. Sitting in silence with the earth, by a river or beneath the stars, open access to the wisdom within. Everything that exists within you. The tree doesn't strive, it grows through stillness, silence. Nature is its default language. Silence is it. Spirituality and agnostic fullness. Silence is language of God. Silence is not absence, you guys. It is presence in its purest form. I was married to a man who stayed silent. And I was in a world that believed there was something wrong with that. And I even believed there was something wrong with that too. The truth is that man was probably more powerful than any of us because he sat and just listened. I know when I sit in a room and I just stay quiet, smile, and listen, I see everything. Do you know across spiritual traditions, silence has always been the doorway to the divine? Mystics like Meister Eckhart said, there is nothing so like God as silence. The Sufi poet Rumi wrote, silence is the language of God. All else is poor translation. The agnostics' cosmology, silence pierces the veil of illusion. The Demerge thrives on distraction, constant sound, constant thought, and emotion that prevent inner stillness. But silence cuts through and reconnecting the soul to the monad, the infinite source. The observer doesn't control the observer. The observer allows. And through that allowing, all things are transformed. Psychology, silence heals trauma because it activates the the parasympathetic nervous system. Like basically, it just disrupts everything within you. It slows heartbeats. It slows down. It causes imbalancing. But when you take the silence, when you're not loud and active, it calms everything down. Shown in psychology, silence heals the trauma. You want to know why? Because you're finally listening to you. It slows down the heartbeat, balancing the brain waves and dissolving stored tension. It's not just spiritual, it's biological. It's in every part of you from head to toe. The first thing I do when I wake up in the morning, I go straight into meditation, silence, and I just listen. And it shifts how I have my day, just everything. Before I even walk into a place, I take a moment of meditation so that I present myself in that room as I am that I am. When you stop reacting, your energy field recalibrates. You shift the room with presence alone. You notice others begin to soften around you because energy harmonizes around stillness. The 1 hour silence challenge on November 7th at 10 p.m. happens to even be my eldest son's birthday. But at 10 p.m., I am challenging you to 1 hour of complete stillness. No phone, no music, no talking, no electronics, just pure silence. Watch what happens. The first minute, the mind will rebel. It's addicted to noise. Then slowly you'll feel your energy drawing inward. Thoughts rise and fall. Emotions surface and dissolve. This is where transformation begins. If just 1% of humanity did this daily, if even 1 out of 100 people truly withdrew their attention from the entire system, it would collapse the energetic infrastructure for distraction and consumerism. If everyone just stopped right at that time, boom, sit where you're at, stop, say, fuck this. What are you afraid of? Afraid that when you open your eyes, the system's still here and you're going to look like an idiot just sitting there? Well, who cares? You made a stand. You're saying no more. But what if that isn't what happens? What if in that 1 hour on November 7th at 10 p.m. Pacific time, everyone, what if more than 1% stopped? Everything would collapse because you're all needed. You're what makes this system run. And without you, it doesn't work. Period. That's way bigger of a statement than walking in with military or guns or bombs or signs and shouting. Go silent. It collapses the energetic infrastructure of distraction and consumerism will stop. It needs our attention, the system. Silence is starvation for the illusion and nourishment for the soul. Do you understand that? This isn't a rebellion through violence, it's a rebellion through peace, through presence, through the refusal to feed what is fake. That is the true power of the observer. We see the truth for the existence of what is really going on. Being an observer is your birthright. You are the quantum author, the philosophical sage, the natural center, the spiritual conduit, the agnostic's awakener. In silence, all five merges as one. Nothing outside you needs to change for you to awaken. There is nothing broken, nothing missing. You were never meant to chase truth. You are the truth observing itself. So take this hour, take it today, tonight, and meet yourself in the stillness. But also make sure you write this down and the hello. Nice, I'm glad you're smoking your pipe. But let's mark down on our calendars November 7th, 10 p.m. Pacific time. We stop. Let's end silence together. No words, no movement, just presence. That 1 hour might feel small, but it carries the power of reshaping the entire globe. I've done the math. You can do the math. Heck, type it into your AIs and say, yo, with the equations of humanity and the amount of people and the amount of frequencies that we equate, if for 1 hour we all stopped everything and went silent, would this system collapse? And then ask for its equation. See what it says. It's going to say the same thing I've been saying. I marked it, have coffee. I'm about to go have coffee. Nice, man. I need to have myself a cup of coffee. That's a good thing to do in the morning. How am I teaching here? That's how I fumbled over my words because, Ariel should have. Look at that hair. That's how you know I'm a rainbow, okay? Like, my hair holds many cultures. Anyway, anyone who goes to do my hair, they're like, oh, you're not white. No, I'm a rainbow. My hair is just like, "Whoa," and it wakes up knotted like dreads every morning, man. It's okay. My eldest son has super super curly hair, so he just keeps it shaved. All right, you guys. It's great hanging out with you guys. Glad you're here. Make sure you do one thing towards your dreams every single day, and make sure you recognize you're valuable and you matter. And your unique puzzle pieces are part of the ultimate puzzle of the cosmos. And let's all of us unique puzzle pieces mark November 7th at 10 p.m. Pacific time. And let's go silent and stop everything. Let's say no more. Peace and love. See you guys tomorrow.